Alright, well, pardon the mess and the glare. This is... I gotta clean the tops of these tanks again. Been a few days since I've done that. Something I saw, and not too long ago, and I mean not too long ago, I mean just a few minutes ago, it was an Amazon review of someone showing themselves very clearly taking a Betta water conditioner, or this isn't conditioner, this is water renewal, then just dumping it in their Betta tank, not like, just like this, with the top on. And that's not the issue. The issue is the fact that the container that this Betta is in is the size of my hand. I don't know about you, but that Betta doesn't seem like she'd be very happy sitting in the palm of my hand. Now, she will. She absolutely will. Come here, sweetie. Let's see if she'll actually do it. Maybe she won't. It's been a long time since I've done this, because I don't like to risk their fins at all. But the point is made. Like, it's not a very big area. And it's a little, like those little glass bowls with glass beads on the bottom. And if you're the type of person who wants glass beads in their aquarium, fine. Like, I don't see anything really wrong with it. You're going to be doing more water changes because you're not going to get good beneficial bacteria growth. Like, they need a porous material. This is actually substrate, so this is dirt. But you got, like, Peep over here with the gravel. Like, that'll work too, okay? I wouldn't recommend gravel for Bettas. The only reason this is in here is because was my first tank. You can see we don't really know what we're doing with it, but the Betta likes it. Like, she's content. Lily's content wherever she is. She's probably hiding in the Anubius over there. But these fish need room to swim. Like, they don't just sit in one spot. Like, hey, leave her alone. He's trying to breed with her, and she doesn't want it right now. Like, she's one of my most relaxed Bettas, but the point is, like, if you want a Betta, that's fine, but get a reasonably sized tank. You're not gonna put a Betta in a cup. Yes, they come in that, but dude, they're gonna die in literally a couple days. You know PetSmart changes that, like, every single day, right? Like, they're not just leaving them in that cup and forgetting about them. When they do, they die the next day. Also, again, glare. I put a submersed light in here, so now you're not even gonna be able to see Cutie. This guy I just picked up today because he had bad fin rot, and this is what happens when you don't change that water. When you let that Betta sit in a little cup for a long time, this is what happens. This is also a 5-gallon. It's a 5-gallon shallow. Actually, it's 6.8 shallow. This is 6.8. I'm considering this like 5 gallons. Maybe not. Maybe this is like 5.5. But the point stands. This is what I would consider perfect for a Betta. It's low. They've got a lot of access to the surface. It's got a sponge filter there and a sponge filter there. Yes, they're cheap filters, but 2 of them, each one's rated for 5. This will be enough. There's not really a current. The floaters do the work too. But if you don't have the space for this, you don't have the space for fish. Like, this is a small aquarium. I wouldn't put a fish in anything smaller than these. And much less fish other than a Betta. You know, now you might put a Scarlet Battis in there, which if you don't know what a Scarlet Battis is, it's a little fish that's about half the weight of my digit right here. Very small little guys. And they're very timid. So you can even have one of them on their own. Like, they're that timid of a fish that you really don't need them with anything else. And you can get away with them in a 5-gallon. Hell, you can probably get away with them in a 2.5, which I wouldn't recommend, but you could. Like, this guy right up here, like, I'm trying to get him healthy again. I like to take Bettas from my pet store, or try to, like, if I see him with fin rot or something, I try to take him and get him healthy again, and then, like a dumbass, I give him back, but I just don't have the room to keep holding on to Bettas. Thanks for that, buddy. This right here, you can see there's nothing in here, and yes, it is caked. I'm actually going to change this water. This was his salt dip tank. That's why it's like this. I used it for a little dip in salt. It's at a gravity of thank you, duckweed. It's at a gravity of 1.005, so it's definitely salty, but it's I gave him about a 20-minute dip in there and then put him in here. He seems okay. He doesn't seem super stressed, which is good, but I'm keeping a close eye on him. You got Ellis over here in his 5-gallon. He never stops moving unless he's like, I mean, I shouldn't say he never stops moving. He does. He's not stressed, so you'll see him stop moving. But you can see right now he's plenty entertained. He's always moving around, and if he ever stopped moving like this, I'd be worried. Because this is just how he is. From the day I got him home, I saw him just turn into this lively fish, and honestly, I'm debating on even giving him this 6.8 because that just gives him so much more room to swim around at. I think he'd enjoy that. But he's my elephant ear, and I got another betta in here who was dealing with fin rot, and he's looking so much better now. Like I've only had him for a few days, and he's looking like so much better. I actually got him on his side. I should have shown a picture, but I wasn't sure if he was going to make it, so I didn't send a video or anything. He's a little timid guy, but you can see his fins are growing back really well. I can't get a good view of him, but yeah, he's doing great. Like, they're all doing really good now, and I'm just so happy about that. Mongo, I'm still a little worried about him because I'm used to seeing him flared up more. Now, it's been over a week that he's been like this, so he might just be more chilled out now that the tank mates are all established and there's not been a whole lot going on. I might take a betta in a cup and like show him to him, give him a little flared up, a little excited. Because he's getting a little docile, and I don't want him getting lethargic. He doesn't look like he's got any fin tatters or anything. He's looking really good aside from that. Just the way he's acting, I'm noticing. But I could just be overwatching. I love his face. His eyes are two totally different colors. I don't know if you noticed that. The one is like black and white halfway to the top, and the other one is like a bullseye. Like he's got the white ring around the black pupil. Which I thought that was a fungal infection on his eye, but it's never gotten any bigger, never gotten any smaller. He's just got two different eyes, which is awesome. I love all my bettas. That's why when I see someone having a betta in a little cup, I just can't. Like I had to just make this recording just talking about bettas not being in cups just to make myself feel better. But I've also found out I might not have been feeding Mongo enough. Of course, that's not a problem. Underfeeding is better than overfeeding. But he not only has quite the appetite, but found out that what I was supposed to be doing all this time was just taking this thing in here like this. Hey, Mongo. Over here, buddy. Agitate the surface, get him over here. Oh no, he wants to eat over here, you little goofer. Alright, fine, buddy. But yeah, it helps for them because now the sparkling gouramis can get at it too. Oh, it's like, that's mine! But yeah, this is been how I've been feeding him the last couple days. I know my focus isn't the best, and it's not easy for me to record and feed him at the same time. But you know what? Couple float. The hell is that? Is that a duckweed root? No, that's a red floater. Okay, that's why. Is it? No, that is a duckweed root. What the? Red float? Duckweed? I can't even tell if that's a red floater or duckweed. I think it has to be a red floater. Otherwise, that just came out of my bloodworms. In the bucket you go. I used to have red floaters in here. That's why wouldn't be terribly surprised if there was one still sticking around in there. I had one in my 10-gallon that ended up dying For whatever reason, can't keep red floaters in these tanks. I don't know if it's because the current's too high or what. You can see this is starting to get old too. I do pull it out almost every day, but this one and the 10-gallon don't seem to care. It's having, it ends up dying anyway, so. Mungo, where'd you go? Oh, I see, you're underneath there now, you see it. You know what's good. But a fun fact, oh, didn't mean to do that. But a fun fact about bettas that I did not know. Somehow these creatures are intelligent enough to count. Now, I don't mean count from like 1 to 5. Like, oh, they can count on their fingers. I don't mean that. I mean, I dropped 4 bloodworms in this tank at one point when I was feeding them. And it was an accident, but I knew it was 4. And when I was doing that, I watched them fall to the surface, and Mongo ate 3 of them. Now, I would expect him to come back to the top of the surface because the 4th one had fallen to the bottom of the tank. However, no, instead of coming back up to the surface for more food, he goes looking for the 4th one. How in God's name do these fish know where to look for that food? Like, that is intelligence to me. Hey, buddy. Since he's still new, he doesn't know where the feeding places are. There, I'm going to turn it on the side for you. If you get to see him there. Glares so bad on this one that you're not going to be able to. Wow. Oh, man. I'll figure that out eventually with this. Oh, he flared up at the food. Oh, that's so cute. There, it focused in finally. Look. Go ahead, bud. There you go. That's why bettas need to focus on one bite at a time. That's why I'm still holding it up here, waiting for him. I think this is because he's not used to bloodworms. Like, obviously when you get them from Petco, oh, he thinks I've just dropped another one in there. He wasn't done with that, but he thought I dropped another one. I'm pretty sure he's going look. Nope, he's looking for more food. All right, I'll give him one more since you didn't get that last one. That's what the shrimp and everything in here are for. Man, there we go. Buddy. Oh, there you are. It's so hard to see in this tank. I think I missed. Yeah, I missed it. He got it. So someone maybe can tell me what that side-to-side shake is, because I have looked that up, and it is not a seizure. I think he's trying to. I think he's just trying to, like. I don't want to say chew, because fish don't chew. But it would be kind of like his version of chewing, I guess. Yeah, like, you can see, this is the stillest he will ever be when he knows that it's time to eat. He's like, I know it's there. I know it's there. You're not going to kid me, man. I just dropped that in the bad spot. But look at that aggression. God, he is so beautiful. I think he's honestly one of my prettiest. Well, he's gonna go for the wall bloodworms. All right, I'm gonna get those out of there. He's flaring up at him. God, I love him so much. He's genuinely, they're all funny. What am I talking about? I was gonna be like, oh, he's such a funny fish. No, they all are. If your betta doesn't make you laugh at least once, you got him in too small of a tank. Like, that's all I'm gonna say. They're super fun, super lively, a ton of personality to them. Like, every single one I've had, like, they've all gotten their names because of either how they act or just how they look. Ellis just got his because he's an elephant ear. He didn't have a special name. I was actually going to call him Al for Angry Al, but the more I thought about it, I'm like, nah, I kind of like Ellis. There he is. Hey, buddy. He's gonna flare up. He's looking at Ellis. Oh, there he goes, flaring up at Ellis. Oh, you got a good flare, buddy. It's the first time I've seen him flare. Here. Ellis wants the food. He doesn't want to flare. He wants the food. It's like, man, I gotta get it. These long fins bite something fierce. Hey, buddy. The only betta I'm not gonna lie, the only bettas I don't pick up whenever I see they're sick are the ones that aren't eating. Like if they won't eat, I don't know how I can save them. Like if I see food in the cup, I mean. Like it's one thing if they're on their side, but there's no food in the cup, that tells me that they still have fight left in them and that they haven't given up yet and that you can actually bring them back. But it's not easy to save a betta, I'm not gonna lie. I've tried it a few times and given up a few times. Not like, oh, I've given up on the fish, but been like, there's not much I can do. I just need to make them as comfortable as I can. Give them as much room to run around as they can, but without being dangerous. Like, honestly, this will probably be my, air quotes, stairway to heaven tank. Like, if there's ever a betta that I think isn't gonna make it, I'll probably lower this water level to be about where that rock is, and I'll let them sit in this tank. Because it's low, nice, and a lot of room to move around, so there won't be a lot of current. I just think this would be a pretty nice environment for them. Like, I am a really big fan of this tank. Like, imagine a terrarium it comes with this grow light. I added these two night crews on because I like highlight. It's just a nice tank. It came with a crappy filter. I threw the filter out after day one when the impeller broke, but yeah. It's a nice tank. I like it. But yeah, I'm gonna keep feeding the rest of these guys, but this recording has gone on for a long time, so I'm gonna cut the nonsense a little bit short here and continue feeding my babies. I hope everyone has a nice day, and bettas belong in tanks, not cups. See ya.